What's happening, everybody? Marcus here, Next Level Recording. Thanks for checking out this video. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell so you know exactly when I'm going to be posting new videos. And let's get into it. Now, I'm a professional mixing and mastering engineer in Atlanta, and I want to give you 3 reasons today on why your masters suck. This is just a clickbait video, or I've seen these tips and tricks, or the pros use it. I'm not here to feed you bullcrap. I'm here to tell you the truth and what you need to do in order to get your masters to the next level. Let's dive into it. I'm just going to try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. So here is number 1. A fresh perspective on the song. That's right, a fresh perspective. You need to have a fresh perspective on the song to be able to listen to it objectively and actually hear what the song needs. Chances are you're mixing the song, you're editing it, you're producing it, you're tuning all the vocals, and you've listened to it 1,000 times. And because of that, you're used to how it sounds now. Now, if you go to master it the next day after you mix it, you can't listen to it objectively because you're used to it. Now, when a mastering engineer gets a song, he's never heard the song before. We turn it on, we listen to it, and we can immediately tell, hey, this song needs to be brightened a little bit. This song has, it's lacking low end. Maybe the low mids are building up and it's a little bit muddy. We can clear that out. They have a fresh perspective. They've never heard it before. If you are mastering your own music, which is totally fine, I recommend taking at least 2 weeks off of the song before you master it. Now, I don't ever master the songs that I mix, but in the rare case that I do, I take a minimum of 2 weeks off so I can come back and have a completely fresh perspective so I can listen objectively and do the things for the song that it needs rather than just doing a bunch of stuff that I don't really know what it needs, and now all of a sudden my master doesn't sound good. So the number 1 thing is you need a fresh perspective on the song. Okay, now the number 2 reason on why your masters suck is because you're doing way too much. Chances are you watch all the videos on YouTube and they're saying you gotta clip it, you gotta add a bunch of distortion and tape saturation, and you gotta bring down the threshold of your limiter so it gets up in level so it can compete. That is so far from the truth. When I master, I almost rarely bring the threshold down on my limiter to turn it up. That's just not what I do. When you do that, you crush the dynamics. A lot of times you get distortion because now the limiter is just working so hard, and you just don't want to do that. A lot of the level that you're going to get either comes from the mixing stage in perceived loudness and actual loudness, and then the subtle movements you're making in the EQ or compressor, or if you're riding a fader or changing anything like that. Now, if you're in the EQ and you're boosting like 15 dB of a certain frequency, or you're cutting out 10 dB here and adding 7 dB here, the chances are there's something wrong with the mix, and you got to go fix it in the mix, because you got to be subtle in mastering and you got to sound natural. And if you're doing those moves, there's something wrong. I'm rarely adding more than like 3 dB to something in the mastering stage to get it the way I sound. You got to do less, okay? You got to do less. Less is definitely more, okay? So on to number 3. All right, now we're at number 3, okay? The 3rd reason why your masters suck is because of your environment. Chances are you're in a bedroom, or you're in an unfinished part of the basement, or you're in a super open area that has a lot of reverb in it. Those things make a big difference. Now, when you go into a mastering engineer studio, chances are the room is perfect, or just about perfect. They have the proper absorption, diffusion, bass traps, things floating over their heads, everything. Okay, and those make the biggest difference to hear the proper things that are coming out of your speakers. Doesn't matter if you have $100,000 speakers. If your room isn't treated properly, the room is going to lie to you, and the speakers are going to lie to you, because now you have low mid buildup like most rooms, or the high end is hyped a little bit. And the same thing goes with headphones. If you're listening on headphones, you have to know how those headphones sound. Say for Beats, for instance, they boost 60 hertz by like 10 to 15 dB. So you have to know, okay, maybe the bass isn't that hot. It's just my headphones that are telling me the bass is hot. So maybe I don't need to bring the bass down as much. Maybe it actually needs to be turned up a little bit. You got to make sure that you're listening on things that are telling you the truth, okay, about what you're hearing. Now, there are some things out there like, Sonarworks that have room correction and headphone correction. And honestly, it's amazing. If you have headphones, you can go in there and chances are they have the ones you have. And it flattens out the curve of your headphones and EQs them in a way that now gives you a true representation of what you should be hearing. Those three things are gonna make the biggest difference in your masters. Again, I'm not here to just feed you crap. I wanna feed you the truth about what needs to happen so you can accurately listen to your songs to make the masters as good as they possibly can. So that is it for this video. Feel free to leave a comment. I try to get back to all the comments as soon as I possibly can. Again, hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell so you know when I am posting new videos. And until next time, I'll catch you later.